What's up, MPX addicts? Welcome to the MPX Rehab. I'm your host, the hashtag certified Mark, here with my co-host, as always,
the voice of the MPX addicts, Kyle Smith.
And this last week was, of course, Metroplex Wrestling's one of their biggest multi-day events, Fight, Win, Survive.
You have talked before, right? Words.
You have no room. No room on that.
I haven't messed up yet.
Yet.
Hey, totally. But yes, okay, maybe not everyone, but one of my favorite tournaments of the year finally starts. Fight, Win, Survive.
Oh yeah.
And it was a great first week.
Well, you obviously aren't a wrestling savant, so.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. But I
think it was Richard said it best. Sounds made up.
I'm just wondering if Inda T is back.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
he's in Philly.
It wasn't him.
I know it wasn't, but goddamn, it does fit him though.
It really does. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this show because this was a really good one, and we had some interesting standings afterwards. I'd have to say
we had interesting standings. Interesting teams, interesting matchups. That was great.
Always interesting. Even last year, where it was, one of the teams was very obviously stacked.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sure.
What? Hill's group was not stacked.
It was totally stacked. But this year,
that is one thing I do miss. How last year we had the flag colors, we had team shirts. You knew clearly who was what.
Yeah.
This year there was kind of like. For some reason, I had a hard time hearing Cody. Like, I heard the names, like I heard Wesley Crane, but I'd never heard a team color. And because I was like, why is he not has a team color? And they're like, oh, he did. I'm like, I never heard it. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me and my hearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very hard for me to kind of keep up with what team are they on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, like I said, it's things that I think they'll fix, obviously. There may be an issue with shirts because obviously we've seen all week pre-order. So hopefully going forward, at least for the next 2 weeks, obviously, because that's when the tournament is we have team shirts and they're actually wearing them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that would definitely help. And I like that. I like how because it brings that team atmosphere together. So
I agree. The flags, the team, the shirts, and everything like that always, really just made it look a whole lot more, like it was a team tournament and everything. Excuse me.
Apparently our mics are off.
Am I too low? I guess I know yours.
Apparently
too high.
Mine's loud. So
yeah. Either way. But the first match of the night was a pillow fight match. I like the original name of a slumberjack match.
Yeah, but then that means you would have to have the fans on the outside with pillows. So
true. But this one versus the red team's Chip Mandalay and the gold team's Wesley Crane.
Yeah,
and I would have to say that this one. Chip was real confident going into it.
Yeah, I mean you should be, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're someone like Chip. That's kind of his whole thing.
Yeah, a confident card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that fit great. It's funny because everyone's been hit with a pillow. It doesn't seem to hurt that much, but the way they were swinging them and it's weird, the sound they were giving off. You're like, oh, that seems kind of painful. Like it's kind of weird. But no. It was actually a very good match. I was actually really impressed with Chip. I think this is one of the better single matches he's looked in.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's mistakes here and there with Wes and Chip because obviously they haven't really worked together before.
Yeah.
And you're always going to have that. The chemistry's never really just going to be there 100%.
Yeah.
But when you have a talent like Wes who can really bring the best out in almost anyone, and then you got Chip, who is doing well.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. We just got a bit of backstage information with Richard saying that the pillows were from Walmart and hurt a lot the way they were swinging.
So apparently don't buy a pillow from Walmart if you want to sleep on a nice one.
Well, anybody who, isn't rich kind of knows that to begin with.
But yeah, like I said, I thought it looked good. Like I said, this is one of the best times I've seen Chip. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's one of those that is... yes, it's a pillow fight, so it's going to be kind of funny and comic-y and stuff like that. But it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, no, it turned out really well for Wesley Crane in the gold team to start off with.
He put Chip to sleep.
Yeah.
He even gave him a pillow and everything.
Yeah, a few pillows, as a matter of fact. Yeah,
I do think that was one of the best ways to win. Is just go ahead and smother him. That was great. I mean, there's no such thing as murder in a pillow fight, right?
Yeah, but given Chip Mandalay earlier in the night, talking to his other team members of Caleb Riley and Red Chambers, telling them, he's like, you need to win and you need to win, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to win. Things did not turn out the way he had hoped. So, but then we had the second match of the night, Metroplex Combat match, which I'm still not entirely sure how a Metroplex Combat match was supposed to work.
It worked the way it did. You had Mortal Kombat sounds throughout it. It's great.
Yeah.
Tommy Becker apparently does not like whoever runs the sound.
Apparently whoever runs the sound.
I mean, but that was...
didn't like him.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing though. All those were so great. The whole, fatality.
I loved it.
Oh, it was so great. The round one, which, I don't know. When you're going to immediately start out with round one begin, 2 out of 3 falls.
Of course.
It should automatically be 2 out of 3 falls. I think that would be great. Of course you did.
But I have to say, I'd loved, it's like being able to watch from home and on Twitch and everything. By the way, you should absolutely, if you can't make it, watch on Twitch. It's always a lot of fun. But being able to watch from home on that, getting the close-up of Tommy's face when the first Pathetic came out. I'm like,
that was great. God. The Pathetic was great. Whoopsie. Awesome, always. I just
Tommy was a perfect fit for this match, if for no other reason than his expressions were amazing.
Yes.
Of course, Dylan Cavens being as good as he is, and of course being the nerd that he is.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, it's like this dude was like. He was so quick and all over the place. I almost expected the bicycle kick.
He always is, and then the fact that he played into playing like combat, where the little bouncing, the crouch down uppercut, he got it. It was amazing.
It's like I don't want to compare them too much, but it's almost like we have a strong style nerd return with Dylan, because he kind of leans into it. I mean, there's a little bit of Exodus, a little bit of Sebastian, and all his own thing all at once.
I really enjoy him. He's one of the best new talents we've had.
Oh yeah, in a long time. Absolutely. We are eventually going to get him on this show.
Immediately over. Yes, Richard, I agree. Immediately over. So great. The match itself was amazing. There's only one thing I nitpicked, and it was at the end where Tommy had it locked in, and then all of a sudden you saw him do the snap. Immediately sound brutality, and then it's ring the bell. Tommy music hits. That would have been awesome.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the timing on these things doesn't work out.
Yeah,
it's live entertainment.
And it's like Richard said, he's limited on some of the sound bites he could use. May not have that one. Who knows? But overall, the match itself was good. Having someone like Cavens, who's a little bit newer, but every time we've seen him, hasn't really had a bad match. And then you go in there with the athleticism of Tommy.
Yes.
Just that match was so good.
Who's like a week removed from an amazing athletic match against Exodus Prime.
Right.
So it's like Tommy's just tearing it up. Literally, too. People's ankles not doing great.
Which is great. Snap them.
Then we had the Hollywood Hardcore match as the leading man, Michael Schaefer, with his entourage, took on Red Team's Red Chambers. It was blue versus red. Classic video game fight. What?
Yeah, but
red versus blue. Is it?
Yes. It's Halo. I get it.
Well, Halo, Counter-Strike. It's just classic.
I don't know. I just remember the Halo red versus blue.
Yeah.
But anyways, match was good. Again, obviously a huge numbers game. Not only just Entourage. Which LP bringing out special guests for the Hollywood match. Wonderful. That's what a good Asian does.
Yeah, and it's like it obviously especially with Jake Lindsay, the judge, coming out. It really did not help Red's already not great emotional disposition.
No, and then obviously Mikey and everything was just that's what 6 people it took to kind of beat Red. I mean
and it really was all of them.
It really was, and it's one of those where it's I don't know. We're seeing this. I'm enjoying it because I'm curious where we're going with it, but we're seeing that slow demise of Red, and it's curious of how is that. Where are we going to go from this? Because immediately you saw after the match, Granted, Red should be pissed. He had to go through 6 people and lost. And he immediately left. You had, Richard after him. You had Ernie after him. You had Palmer after him. You had security after him, trying to calm him down, trying to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. I think one of the security guards saying, "Hey, you're hurt. Let's check you out." Nope, just immediately took off. So it's like, where is Red going with this? Say the Red team somehow does make it to the finals. How is Red's mindset going to be?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure because, this is new territory. I mean, I could make a joke of, are we going to get emo Red? But I really don't see that happening with Red Chambers.
If he does, he's got to dye his hair jet black, shave the side of the head. And I just don't see Red doing that. Oh, that's right. He did shave the side of his head.
Wow. He's going through his breakup phase where you gotta change your hair somehow.
Yeah.
Just to feel like a new person.
But that put with Tommy Becker, who also is on the blue team, him winning, Schaefer winning, that gave blue the 2, putting them in an early lead for Fight, Win, Survive. So,
and you're talking about, kind of like last year, teams are stacked, blah, blah, blah. Schaefer and Tommy have teamed before a couple of times. Yeah. They looked well doing it. So,
we've got we actually have the full teams in here.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
And, I'd say that blue team definitely has a good chance of making a lot of wins.
We'll talk about that later because there's definitely one that really sticks out.
That is true. That is very true. But then we had a non-Fight, Win, Survive related match. Mm-hmm. At least it was on Fight, Win, Survive, obviously, but it wasn't related to the tournament.
Yeah, not every
a 6-man tag team match as Horsepower teamed up with the returning El Constructor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised this didn't come up in that rant, but taking on the rest of the entourage, which this actually
Paulie and Sapo. Which come on, MPX. How can you have brother versus brother? How can you have El Constructor versus Sapo? It's not right.
So you're saying the Mighty the Toad is brother to the construction worker?
Yeah, all masked people are related. Legs is like a distant cousin, so it's there.
They're just like the Samoans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every masked wrestler, it's a dynasty. Every masked wrestling is together.
Am I the only person that thought that they were the same person?
Oh no, I thought they were the same person until they were in the ring.
I legit thought they were the same person.
Sapo and Constructor for the longest time I thought was the same person.
I'm not making any comments about that
Same
one.
size.
I get enough trouble already for making offhanded jokes, so I'm not going to do that.
People like me better.
I legit didn't know.
No, I just get yelled at for your bad jokes.
I make good jokes. I bet.
But I'd say this was actually a very interesting match because obviously Horsepower having their bit of a heel streak lately. Heel streak, one match. And Entourage already one of the top heel factions of MPX.
It was a fun match because we finally get to see kind of all the Entourage together. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool to see. And then it's good to see El Constructor back, I guess. It wasn't bad.
You got to see Sapo in the ring again?
Yeah. So is that a pro or a con?
It depends on your opinion about Sapo, doesn't it?
But yes, having Horsepower come back, and I like Horsepower's new attitude because I like how they are considered one of the best teams in Texas, yet we've hardly seen the MPX. And
that's because they're everywhere else already.
Right, but I like the idea of them coming in saying, y'all have disrespected us, this and that. They're making and proving a point. That's what you should do when you come in to a promotion like this.
Yeah.
When you have a promotion like MPX, which is very well built up. It is very well respected. Everyone wants to come to it, and everyone wants to work it. Mm-hmm. And when you have talent like Horsepower coming in, kind of feeling disrespected and everything like that, it makes a good point.
I don't know how they feel disrespected. their first match back at MPX after however long they've been gone was a title match, and they actually won against the champions, to be defeated by our new champions. But yeah.
Exactly. So it is something I'm curious to see how they work. I like I said, with them, Nate and Eddie, individually, it's a lot like Conference Cards. Individually, I'm okay with. They're not not for me. But as a team, Horsepower works so well together.
Eddie's doing pretty good and being honestly, he's in my opinion, I've seen a lot of his individual work out and about lately, and he's doing really good. But here, them as a heel tag team, a strong heel tag team, especially since you see the poster. We've got that, we've got this tag team division,
right?
And it was. I'm not saying it was getting stale, but it's nice to have another fresh team in it, more fresh blood for it, because especially since they already, are starting a feud with the Children of the Scorn.
Yeah.
And I'm just like seeing them do that. Of course, they win the match because the Entourage just,
The Entourage is smart. They're seeing Horsepower's going to leave El Constructor. Cool. We'll go ahead and take advantage. Like, and then as soon as,
the Entourage takes that win.
They have no beef with the Entourage.
Yeah. But they definitely had beef with El Constructor because, they didn't think he was a serious wrestler or something. I don't know. I tuned them out after they stopped.
That's wrong. How dare you?
That's the kind of stuff that gets me yelled at.
They're good.
But, them attacking El Constructor after the match and basically laying into the MPX addicts, I'm looking forward to where this is going to go.
Yeah, and like I said, I thought they did okay. They need a little work on the mic, obviously, because again, MPX is one of those few promotions where you actually get it.
Yeah. So unfortunately, their usual mic man was not available, but he is definitely carrying their flag on social media. So.
Yeah, Carl's still a huge fan and proponent of them, so we'll see.
But then we got back to the Fight Win Survive tournament with the match that. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
It's a screw job.
It was not.
Kari still had socks on when they announced Caleb is the winner. That's wrong.
Yes, but Caleb pulled 2 socks off, and that's what's required.
There's nowhere in the rules that says that.
It doesn't say he has to pull all the socks off.
It says have to take off your opponent's socks. If you have 20 socks on, take off all 20 socks.
It doesn't say it has to be. It doesn't say it has to be all the socks, and the senior official, Travis Trueborn, made a call.
First of all, he lost his senior responsibility. We all know that.
No.
Nick is the senior official. Yes, he is. Nick is.
Travis trained Nick.
Yeah. And
Travis is the senior official.
Nick took him over, and Travis lost his job. It happens all the time in the corporate world. But yes, Kari still should have won this. Team Green should have this point. Kari was smart. Kari came out with not only just multiple socks on his feet, had a backpack full of socks. Mm-hmm. Kari should have won this.
No. The referee made the right call.
Nope.
Because Caleb Riley going up against Kari Wright, and honestly, the more I watch him, the more I'm just, he's got it. I mean, he's not perfect. No, he's green still.
Kari needs to appeal this. It needs to go to the board of directors at MPX. Kari and Team Green should have this win.
Right, that's why. Yeah.
What?
Because you're all about Team Green.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But Caleb Riley, representing red, Kari Wright representing green. This gave the red team their first win of the tournament. And a lot of people have already expressed, well, they've got 2 losses and 1 win.
Exactly.
They're not, they're not going to be on the finals.
Should have another loss. Should have all lost.
No.
This is bullshit.
Kari lost. Okay.
It was a good match, though.
It was a really good match, and that's actually what I love about this match is the fact that Kari and Caleb, it's an equalizer match. Yeah. Because of the stipulation and everything like that. You have the rookie, you have the veteran, and
our prospect champion. Mm-hmm. Again, Kari's getting screwed left. Like Kari defended the prospect title 6 times. The only person that ever really have to do that in order to get 4 wins. That's bullshit number 1. Bullshit number 2, he played smart and found a loophole and put more socks on, and then they did nope, wrong. Kari needs to appeal.
But that brings us to our main event, a first blood match, brothers back at war, but this time no enmity between them, just, insanity.
Yeah,
As the green team represented by Rugged Gabe Wilder and the gold team represented by the Mad Prince, this was a hell of a fight.
It was great. It's one of those where it's probably not as violent or physical as the other matches we've seen them in, but it's probably the most memorable because of the things they did.
I mean,
with the Star Wars references, with the whole I have the high ground, with the kendo stick, the fun they
with
had.
The referee change.
The slow-mo, just everything they did in that match. Yeah, Hilda apparently being a ref now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just was great. Everything about that, it was fun. Like I said, it's probably going to be one of the most memorable matches because of those moments. But is it the best match they've had against each other? I don't think so.
I can agree with that. But at the same time, it was just a really good match between them.
Yeah.
And, of course, the ending was a little bit hinky.
What are you talking about?
Just a little bit.
This also kind of, I was like, wait, why? Because they both were bleeding, obviously. Horsepower came out, busting them both up. But because the ref saw Prince first, which I'm assuming, I don't really know, but because he saw Prince first, that's how he called the match and gave one. So it's like...
So the referee, the official making a call in the match, determining the victor,
but it's not even it's not even the last official, because the last official technically should have been Hilda. So, no, it's not. But, again... I don't know. I just felt this when they did that.
We know why he's okay with this one.
Why? Because it's green?
Yeah,
it's because green won.
Green team, yeah.
But no, I really did think it was going to be both of them lose. Neither team gets a point. That's kind of what I thought they were going to do. And then they're like, oh, Tommy's bleeding, Gabe wins.
It did seem a little bit like it was going to go that direction, but in the end, with the way it came out, it was perfectly fine, giving winning one. But that leaves us with the standings with the blue team in the lead, and 3 out of the 4 remaining teams having won at least. Yes. The black team is the only one with a single loss and no wins.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Green's the best.
Sounds right.
No, blue is the one.
Not to do that. Because I figured you would yell at me.
I can say it.
Oh, you can, but I can't? Let me go get a tan real quick.
But with the announcements of the matches...
Racist.
Not true. Go ahead. You all right?
Excuse me. With the announcement of the matches for this week, we actually know the full teams for Fight, Win, Survive. I mean, Green Team has, of course, Gabe Wilder and Kari Wright, as we've already seen.
Former champs.
And we've also got Aaron Eagle, the former MPX Addicts champion.
Yeah, former champ.
And Aaron Sykes, the
King Luchador, king of flippy shit.
Yeah.
The foreigner.
Exactly. The foreigner. You'll go through all the teams. That is the best stacked team. Green wins.
No.
Green has multiple champions, and they have Sykes on there. That's best.
I mean, it's like I don't know that I fully agree with that one, because the other teams have some strong contenders, and there's blue team already having 2 wins. Yeah, but they've also got Shimbashi and Demo Diamond left to go.
They have 2 very talented, but very young people on that team.
Yeah, but this is, the Canadian Dragon who...
No, everyone knows I like him. Everyone knows I like Diamond. But again, just compared to Team Green, it's not doing it.
Well, we'll see if Green Team's able to get more wins, because like I said, right now Blue Team's already got the leg up. But then there's also there's the Red Team with, as we already saw, the Son of Mayhem, Red Chambers. He'll be so happy to see you this weekend.
Go ahead. Keep going.
The Golden Boy Caleb
should have been a loser.
No, he won.
Nope.
He won. He is the winner.
Next.
It's Kari Wright who's the loser.
Nope. Next.
The Confident Card, Chip Mandalay, High Stakes Chip Mandalay, and Joe Angelo Garcia.
Maybe a future loser, I guess we'll see. We'll talk about that match later.
Yeah. Then there's Gold Team with Tommy Prince.
Loser.
The Mad Prince. With Wesley Crane.
Always a winner. It's true.
And this week we're going to be seeing Jet Black returning.
Who did not had a great showing, but did not do well in his debut at MPX.
And one half of the MPX Tag Team Champions, and therefore winner, Stevie Hendricks.
We don't know who won yet. We'll see. But He actually should be on the gold team because he actually has gold. Mm-hmm. So, and I like Stevie, so he's fine.
And then, of course, there's the black team with Dylan Cavens.
You lost.
With the MPX Addicts champion, the Texas Chainsaw, Sky de Lacrimosa.
Which is, shouldn't he be red? And blood, that just kind of fits him more.
I mean, if he were, I'd almost be very confident that the red team's going to have 2 wins. But now I'm not sure. And both members of the Mayhem Mafia.
Now that is interesting because with the exception of Schaefer and Becker, who was not a real team, they did team a couple times. Black team is the only one that actually has 2 members who are a well-known, well-established tag team.
Yeah, other tag teams are actually split up in this one, with Demo Diamond being on blue and Dylan Cavens being on black. And, it's like, and then of course,
Gabe and
Tommy, who actually went against each other.
Exactly. I mean, I guess you have former Sons of Mayhem members in Red and Joe, but that didn't really end well. So.
Yeah, that really didn't. No. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I'd ever really called Joe a member of the Sons of Mayhem. He was a member of, JD's team.
JD Sons of Mayhem. They was there. Just because they kicked out Kid Mayhem. Still a team. Still the Sons.
Nah. But that's an interesting setup right there, and I'm actually really interested to see how these are going to go for next week because, I mean, could we see Dylan and Matt, supporting each other again?
They are both black team. I guess we'll see because, they do have that experience of, the Mayhem Mafia being together, but it has been a long time since we've seen them.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
And they do seem to kind of have different ideas than when they work together.
But with this week, it's the second night of Fight, Win, Survive, and we could see some really interesting changes happen to those standings because 5 teams, 4 competitors on each team, it could end up interesting ways anyway. Because we've also got the Forbidden Door match with Demo Diamond from blue and Jet Black from black team going up against each other.
I just realized black and black. Really? That's what we did? Jet Black and Team Black?
Take right there.
I mean, it's just, if
there was nothing.
Again, shouldn't Sky be red then?
There was nothing. But red's red. And Jet Black is black.
Until he dyes his hair jet black, so. Or has a hair match and shaves it all.
But it's a Forbidden Door match.
Telling you, if next week, if Red's coming in with a trench coat, I'm running out the door. That was the one that was over the line, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that got you? Okay. I kept wondering when it's going to get you. That was it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, pumped up kicks just start playing.
God damn it.
Please do not. Please do not.
Richard, go ahead and cue up pumped up.
That is publicity we don't need. But
yeah, the Forbidden Door. So obviously, I would assume a door match, unless it's going to have some weird.
Last year it was essentially it was a table match with doors.
Right, but now we actually use doors. We didn't really use doors back then. So I'm assuming it's going to be a door match where you have to put one through the door, or you could take this really weird and just go to the Forbidden Door, so they have to go through like the women's restroom, or they have to go through the outside, some type of literal forbidden door. It'd be like, oh, that's interesting. It would be something different, and hey, it's Fight, Win, Survive. They always have different match types.
Stick your finger up someone's pooper.
See? It's also a Forbidden Door for some.
We're a serious media team.
Who said that?
The top 2 teams will face each other April 29th, 4v4.
That's later. We'll talk about that.
Because there's also the King of the Hill match, in which it's a reverse ladder match.
Yes, like TNA, which is awesome.
But this one has an extra stipulation in it, as the MPX Addicts champion Sky de Lacrimosa, representing the black team, will be taking on Joe Angelo Garcia of the red team, and whoever wins this match by placing the Addicts championship on the hook will not only get a point for their team, but be the MPX Addicts champion.
There's 2 things about this that annoys me a little bit. One, Why is Sky the only one that has put his title on the line? I don't think we've ever done that in Fight Win Survive before, unless in the past couple of years we haven't. Like, the title really shouldn't be on the line, so that's weird, number one. Number two, what happened to MPX's no rematch policy? Shouldn't Joe go to the back of the line? Why is he getting a rematch?
That's been dead for years.
Nope. Still up here. Still a thing. Still a thing.
That died when Jamie Aller got Dave an instant rematch, okay?
Well, that's Dave. Dave deserves... It was in his contract. He gets instant rematches. So, it is a rematch. The last time we saw the Addicts champion in a match was against Joe.
That is true.
So, this is a rematch.
Richard says this isn't a rematch.
That's why I said it is. But no, and all that aside, when you look at the standings, you see everything that's going on. How does Joe not win the title and this match and this point? It really seems to pin you in a place a little bit.
Either A, the red team is not going forward at all.
Which is, I'll be honest, is shocking when red is on that team. But if we do a whole different storyline where red is pissed off and upset, okay, it might work. But when you look at the teams, obviously green's going to be in the finals. We all know that. When you're looking at the other teams, red seems the most other likely choice, especially if you're going to screw over Kari and give a point to Caleb.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at these other matches with green in them, and I don't like their chances.
Oh, he's the next green point that we're about to talk about? Yeah, definitely. Definitely a green point.
And
sure about one after that? Definitely another green point.
Given recent history, I'm not entirely sure about that.
Nope, it is.
Because, it's like Joe Angelo Garcia, if he wins, that ends Sky's reign as MPX Addicts champion.
And to do it in a reverse ladder match is interesting and different.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I think obviously the match is going to be good. And it's one of those where it's Sky's been in ladder matches. Sky uses ladders all the time as weapons. But when he was in those ladder matches, it was not him climbing that ladder. So,
is Sky's knee going to...
I'm not sure how Sky's going to get on this ladder, to be honest.
We'll see. Sean will come out and climb it for him.
I actually could see that.
Yeah.
I very much could see one of the little ones coming out and doing it.
Are they nickels if they're little silver?
God!
God damn.
Yes. The nickels will come out.
That's Danny Saint. He's
See a nickel? Really?
Have you never seen his last name?
Well, the real one, but not...
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, no.
But
anyways.
Then we have the fairly legal match with green teams Aaron Sykes versus... Sean says, tempt me.
See?
Green team's Aaron Sykes versus black team's Matt Locke. And this is where I'm not entirely sure you're thinking correctly about who's going to get the point here. Because Sykes. We saw what happened last time these two met in a match.
Chairs were not legal. Sykes now has a weapon.
Matt Locke.
Yeah. He's normally taking them to the head, not giving them to the head. So
yes, but we've seen what happens when he gets in a death match.
Yeah, he usually gets hit in the head with a chair.
Yes, and then wins.
Nah.
Because him getting hit in the head, he bleeds, sure, but he takes it.
He does take wonderful chair shots. Stop taking them to the fucking head, but you take wonderful chair shots.
Yeah.
No, Sykes gets this. Flippy shit off a chair.
Don't get me wrong. I love Aaron Sykes, but
doesn't
Matt Locke,
like you do.
We're talking the history of, Matt Locke with weapons doesn't end well for his opponent.
Normally doesn't end well for him, too. I want to say he's about 50-50 in him. It's not like Red, who's 0-5 or whatever in him, so...
True. But then we have the other one where Aaron Eagle of the green team will be taking on Shimbashi of the blue team in a taped fist match. Now, this one could go either way based on the style of match itself.
Look at the hero. He has a boxer's build. We have seen him use those fists before. It's going to be great.
Got a question for you. What's his record look like right now?
It's good. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Aaron Eagle.
Things are going great for the hero, right?
It is. Aaron Eagle, our hero for the Team Green, the most veteran experience on that team is going to lead them to victory. It's happening. Team Green all the way.
I think Shimbashi's got this one personally.
This is going to be good. I'm super excited for this match. It's one of those. It really is almost like Eagle and Bay, and the fact that you have the vet going against kind of the younger upstart guy. Not obviously, Bay is very experienced, obviously, but Shambashi, this is going to be a really good experience for him to be in there with someone like Eagle.
I agree, actually, very much agree with that.
And also to do a different type of match. We've never really seen Shambashi in different types of match styles.
Yeah, because that's the thing about a taped fist match. It's like it's the closed fists are legal, taped fists. It's pretty much a boxing match with extra.
Now we really should do a Taipei death match, but they're not going to do it.
Why?
Because
I thought you liked these people.
Tape fist and glue and glass. Oh, it's wonderful.
I thought you liked these people.
Just, you know what? Mercer, Sky, just book that and Taipei death match.
Mercer, Sky, Remedy, yeah, they're fine. No. This is Aaron Eagle and Shambashi. I thought you liked them.
Research some of Aaron Eagle's older stuff. He's pretty hardcore.
Okay, that's true. But then we have chops and shots. I have to say, I think last Fight Win Survive, this was everybody's favorite match.
I think so too. Given the chop styles, I would have switched this and Chili Legal. I would have had Sykes and Locke and the chops and shots, just based off their chops.
But that would put him in chops and shots 2 years in a row.
Yeah. That's Locke's new type.
Okay.
Locke he could be gimmicked. But
I am not drunk.
Huh? No.
Oh. But yes, Dylan and Stevie, yes, they probably have good chops, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be like it would be if it was Sykes and Locke, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, admittedly, this match has a lot to live up to compared to last year, as it was Matlock and Zero.
Yeah, one has the chops, the other one had the shots.
Exactly.
It's perfect. This one, it's like,
it's the greatest. It's like, I don't think we're going to get that level of entertainment of, Matt's got Zero up on his shoulders and then.
Yep. It's.
Damn it.
I mean, it very well could, because Dylan can obviously pick up Stevie. But that's the thing is, one, I don't even know if Dylan drinks. And then two, is Stevie old enough to drink? Like, is this match right? Stevie looks 19, all right?
No, he's older than that.
I'm sure he is, but he looks. Stevie Hendricks should be very well protected. Okay, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
MPX is going to corrupt
I'm still really looking forward to this one because, like I said, it was definitely my favorite match of last Fight Win Survive. Outside of the Capture the Flag match,
it was everyone's favorite. I mean, it's one of the reasons Ernie bought the damn thing, probably.
I'm pretty sure Ernie. Is that true? You're in chat.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But then we also have the non-tournament affiliated match, and this one is one of those long time coming kind of matches, especially since the turnaround that we saw a few weeks back. It's going to be the Living Doll Hilda versus Morgan Mercy. I don't know if she's using the Valkyrie here.
Hope everyone enjoyed Hilda while we had her, because she's about to die.
I don't know. I mean, it's like she's yeah, it's Hilda.
Wiry.
Very, yes.
This obviously is going to be interesting because it's what we've always been asking for. It's what we've wanted. We've wanted Morgan versus Hilda one-on-one for a while.
I agree. And honestly, it's, like I said, I've complained, and people know my complaint of, Morgan turning means Hilda's the only face woman wrestler.
Yeah, and technically Morgan's the only heel.
Well,
Morgan and Hilda technically are, if you look at the women's roster, the only constants. And it's also because, and Morgan isn't even really a constant anymore. We just kind of grandfather her in because she's a graduate. She is MPX. Mm-hmm. So when you look at it, this is the only thing to do. They are the only two women wrestlers. Yes, we bring in Angel and MJ and Killa and a couple others, but I don't consider them MPX really. And it's one of those like it. Yes, this is just me and my stupid fan mind and everything like that. But there are very few that are considered MPX talent without just going straight from the school. I would consider with how over he is and how much we get him back every now and then, Cavens is MPX. Purple Haze, because this is the only place they work and they are over and they are now our tag champs.
Okay.
They are MPX.
They work as the tag team Purple Haze. They work all over Texas.
Yeah, they work all over Texas, just not as Purple Haze. So,
I think you just got corrected. Just remember, Richard, he hates women's wrestling, apparently.
But again, like I said, yes, we bring them in, but are they not really? They're not really MPX.
Oh God, if Abaddon was an active roster for MPX,
how often are we going to get
so
Abaddon?
happy.
We get her once a year. Athena doesn't even really count because she's all ROH and AEW. We get her once a year, maybe, and that's only at the Rumble. Like, it's Hilda and Morgan. And when's the last time we saw Skylar? Like, I don't
know what he wants either.
I want more consistency. More. I honestly, like, granted, I don't know the state of the training school at the moment, but how many women do we have training?
I know of at least 2 others.
So, I mean, once
I know a third one who's going to join soon.
And it's the thing with MPX all along, though, is MPX has never really had a women's roster. That's why when everyone's like, oh, women's title, they don't have a roster to do the women's title. So when you have women fight for the main title,
I think that's one of those things
that
it's kind of a loop on itself on that one. Because I think if we had a women's title, I think we'd have more women wanting actively to come to MPX to wrestle.
I don't think it's the fact that women don't want to come to MPX to wrestle.
Well,
I think one is they're too. I think a lot are too busy.
I'm speaking more of just incentive.
And I think honestly, one is that a lot of them are too busy, and the ones that are good and are known everywhere, the Rachel Rose and the high ends and stuff like that, they cost too much, and I totally get that.
Yeah,
like it's not worth it. I understand that business wise. I'm just saying you can't sit here and say, oh, they have all these women coming in. They come in every now and then. They're not a constant member of the roster. If we were to do like Hot just did, where they post a roster page, I don't think you can justify putting Abaddon on there, MJ on there, Killa Kate on there, when we don't get them that often. You can put Hilda on there, yes, absolutely. You could put Morgan on there, yes. I don't think you could really put the others.
Well, okay. Let's be fair about the situation with MJ. She just started at MPX, like relatively.
Right. And now
like she's going on the debut of the year, category for.
And now that all that's done, though, with Hilda, how often do you think we're going to see her again?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't either, and we'll see.
We're
Maybe
not the
I'm wrong.
bookers, so all of this is speculation. So don't take anything we say completely seriously. Obviously,
no one ever should.
We're currently getting yelled at in the comments, so I'm trying not to look at it. But yeah, honestly, definitely we do want to see more women wrestling at MPX.
Yeah.
But more than that, this is night 2.
Coming from the one who hates women's wrestling.
Yeah. This is week 2 of Fight, Win, Survive. The matches are going to be a lot of very brutal matches given the competitors, given the stipulations. Mm-hmm. So definitely interested to see how the standings are going to end up on this one.
It is going to be the most interesting one because it does. It's going to set the final standings for the finals not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Mm-hmm. And it's also, I mean, we very well could see kind of upsets here or there, maybe, and we could see a new Addicts champion. So who knows?
So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen this Saturday, and definitely make sure that you get your tickets for that. Or if you, for some reason, can't, then watch on Twitch, twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling. Mm-hmm. It's been a real help for me being a new father. Oh boy, but. Yeah. Come on here and you want to book 30 people. Just a quick thing, though. Next week, even though we are moving to a more consistent Thursday schedule, next week we will be on Wednesday because apparently next Thursday, is the NFL draft, and I know people who treat it like a holy day. So
it is.
Gotta accommodate that. So we will be here next Wednesday for MPX Rehab. Get your tickets. Check out the Twitch.
Our Twitch.
Check out our Twitch. I mean, we're on Twitch now.
Exactly.
So, keep it kayfabe, wrestling fans.
See y'all next Wednesday.
Mark out.